what are you planning on doing with your life other than foolishness? All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5691 and 2024 CR 008984, State versus Eric Lee Cooper Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record? State,
Andrew Fair's seven.
defense,
Robert Porter for Mr. Cooper.
and are you Mr. Cooper?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery in each of these cases?
I have, Your Honor.
And did you review that with your client?
I did.
In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cooper, in each of the cause numbers, did you review the documents entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand them and sign them?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are you applying for deferred?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Cooper, in each of the cause numbers, did you review the documents entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
Do you hear that? You know, I just read an article where a child kept telling his parents that there were monsters in the wall, and it was a bee's nest. I don't know if you call it a bee's nest or not.
A hive.
A beehive, thank you. So it was a major beehive, and it was a two-story house from attic all the way down behind the wall. So I hope that's not what's happening here. All right, counsel, in each of the cause numbers, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, sir.
State, are you proceeding with the indictment as presented in the cause number ending in 9-1?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you proceeding with the indictment as presented in the cause number ending in 8-4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cooper, in each of these cause numbers, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? In the cause number ending in 9-1, you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If I grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication will revoke, the court could revoke you and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. And the cause number in 8-4, you're charged with burglary of a habitation. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication and give you deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Do you understand? If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
In each cause number, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state will call on the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
By entering this plea, you were giving up those rights. Did you understand?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in each of these cause number? Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cooper, in each of the cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Off the record for a moment.
Thank you.
All right. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And according to each cause number, the state is silent on your application. The causes will run concurrently. And the cause number ending in 9-1, the state is requesting that your punishment be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine, and there's to be restitution of $7,343.59 to Marissa Tapia. And in the cause number ending in 8-4, the state recommends that your punishment be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution to Nadefi, NadeFeHoundjo. Hondo,
It's out.
No, Deferred Adjudication.
Hunjo,
Adjudication.
Houndjo. Okay. I never know what to do with the J's. Did you understand that to be the plea in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, the state is recommending probation.
Yes.
Yes.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph in each of these cause numbers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Oh, yeah.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision in each of these cause numbers be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with the complainants. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then in cause number 2024 CR 5691, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes.
And in the cause number 2024 CR 008984, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State, any evidence?
Each case should be contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused. And each of the cause numbers, did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments and cause number 2024 CR 5691, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. He was so quiet.
Oh, okay. Now I got to the part. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty in the cause number ending in 8-4. As you've applied for deferred adjudication, the court will defer finding of guilt. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
That is up to the court.
All right. State, does he have criminal history?
Yeah, there's some juvenile history, but nothing as an adult.
All right. And so what is the juvenile criminal history? I do have a legal question concerning the unauthorized use of a vehicle.
Okay.
And we are filled with defense attorneys in here, so I'm sure all of the legal minds, we can go off the record, all of the legal minds can get together. So you have somebody who's, yes,
Apologize for interrupting.
sure, no problem. Just one moment. Just a second, everyone. Question. If somebody steals a vehicle, unauthorized use, and then somebody comes along and steal that vehicle from the person who stole it, and you know how they say it's who has the greater right to the vehicle? I'm just letting that sit there
What's out there with me for quite a while?
because the person who first stole the vehicle doesn't have a greater right than the second thief.
Which is why we're not being charged with theft of the vehicle.
Yes.
It's an authorized case.
Unauthorized use from the person who stole it.
No, from the original.
But then the question becomes, yeah, just one moment. All right, but in the police report, it says that he knew that it was stolen when he stole it from a person who had previously stolen it. All right, so we're back on the record. State, he's applying for deferred adjudication. You are silent on his application, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, how old are you?
24.
24? What are you planning on doing with your life other than foolishness?
Change it around,
I'm sorry, what?
trying to change it around. I heard somebody that came in here did 22 years.
No,
Kept
what?
mentioning it to me, so I was like, nah, I'm not trying to do this no more. Got 4 kids.
You have 4 children.
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
5, 2, 2, and 3.
5, 2, 2, and 3. And are the 2-year-olds twins? Are they really?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how many mothers?
3.
3 mothers. So you're just being fruitful and multiplying with no care for your children.
I don't care about this.
No, because why are you doing an unauthorized use and a burglary of a habitation? In the burglary of habitation, these people were getting ready to go to Africa. And you're in their home and you're not supposed to be. How far did you go? I'm sorry, guys. If y'all could just ask the deputy to move you down that way. How far did you go in school?
12th grade.
All right, you didn't graduate?
Didn't
Why,
graduate.
why not? And stop
kicked-
mumbling,
I
open,
got kicked out of school.
why?
Like,
Oh, I don't think they just kick you out and then didn't have a place for you to go. Didn't they have you go to alternative school?
they did.
All right, so why didn't you go?
I went to Estrada at that time,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I was able to go to the graduation or not. So,
Well, did you have all of your credits?
yes, ma'am.
And where are your parents?
My dad's over the road. My mom.
Your dad is what?
My dad's over the road. He drives trucks.
Okay.
And my mom, I don't quite know what my mom be doing.
Well, I mean, have you had contact with your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
Was Child Protective Services ever involved in your life?
No, ma'am. I barely met my mom when I was 15.
So who raised you?
My dad,
All right, and what about your grandmother or grandparents?
my grandparents, they passed away. I didn't get to meet them.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
I do.
How many?
Like 10.
10? And were you raised with them or no?
No,
Have you ever been employed?
yes, ma'am.
Doing what?
I worked on cars, worked at Tires to You, Jack in the Box.
He was working at Jack in the Box when he got arrested.
Okay. And I see you were in a car accident. That's why you have the staples? When did that happen?
3 years ago. That's when I lost one of my siblings.
Okay. And so when are they gonna remove the staples?
They don't. I was supposed to, but going back that way, I had to get on the same highway that we had the wreck on.
All right, so you're telling me you're never gonna get those staples removed?
Oh, well,
All right, I mean, they've been there for 3 years.
I had 8.
I hope you're not taking them out yourself. And that's a yes. You shouldn't be removing staples yourself. So this accident you had on the freeway, were you driving, somebody else driving?
Somebody else's truck.
All right, and was there a civil suit to that or no?
That's right.
No, ma'am.
So have you ever received any therapy over that?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Last year,
Okay. Any drug issues with you?
no, ma'am.
And these people you were hanging out with, who are they to you?
I know around
I'm sorry, what?
some people I used to call friends.
All right, so here's the thing. You have children that you need to take care of. And if you continue the way you're continuing, you may not be around because people don't like people when they're in their homes and they're not supposed to be. And I note that in the burglary of the habitation, it's an apartment and doors appeared to be left open or something. So there wasn't a kicking in of doors. All right, state anything to add.
State silent, Your Honor.
No, I mean with regards to conditions or probation. All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, and cause number 5691. Court will sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 008984. There's to be restitution of $7,343.59 to Marissa Tapia. No contact with Marissa Tapia. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes the parenting classes, 100 hours of community service will be waived. You're either going to obtain your GED or complete some sort of trade school. And once that's done, the remainder 100 hours will be deemed to be satisfied. There's to be regular reporting via Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. If you're released today, who would you be staying with?
My sister.
And have you asked her if you can stay with her?
Yes, ma'am.
What's her name?
Monique Jackson.
I'm sorry, what?
Monique Jackson.
Monique Jackson?
Yes, ma'am.
Defendant is to reside with Monique Jackson. If appropriate. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. TAP evaluation that can be out of custody. And probation, is there some kind of therapy for him that can be done?
Judge, I believe there's a degree counseling.
All right, so we'll do grief counseling. Field visits. One time per month. For 3 months. Probation, is there anything else under that cause number? Is there anything else you need from the court in that cause number? All right, you need to speak up. I know when you're with your friends, you don't whisper like this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude.
All right, so anything else you need from the court in that cause number?
No, ma'am.
And let me just see, there's one other thing I need to add. All right, there's to be, I'm sorry, no contact with the following persons under that cause number. Kerry, Kerry, Yedell, Yelldell. Jade, Jayde, Rios, John Rios, Marcus Walker, Yvonne Rios. And then the other name, Aalanah, last name Koonce. Jeremy Flores. Frank Flores. Wanda Simon. Rachel Gunther. Guenther. All right, and that cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And counsel, could you make sure the state gets that back? Next, the court is gonna proceed in cause number 2024 CR 008984. Court will sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine. That will be probated. This is the run concurrent with 2024 CR 5691. No contact and restitution, if any, to Nadefe Hamjo, $200 community service restitution. 100 will be waived for parenting classes. The other 100 will be waived once he obtains his GED or either some type of trade school certificate. Grief counseling, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, TAP evaluation out of custody, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, and then there's to be no contact with the following persons: Raphael Jonas, Muhammad Sani, SANNI, Alade, ALLADE is the last name, first name Edwin, EWYN. And there's to be no contact with the Star Club Apartments on Starcrest. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, in order to be successful, communication is key. If there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And stop doing these type of things, because if you do, you could potentially end up either dead or going to prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And we keep it working like Oouchie the boss. We tryna catch out like we hit us a fault. We gotta win, ain't taking no loss.